Hey guys, welcome back to the shop. I'm going to try and make some more videos. I know a few people have actually asked me, which was nice. Nice to hear. People like to hear from me. So even if they're just little ones like this, I'm going to try and get them out more regularly like I used to. But anyways, as you can tell, I got a Ceda, and I got this in the mail probably about a month ago, around there. I've taken it to a war. I've put internals that I like into it, and I've done pretty much no changes. I just put a muzzle from an Exus 2, and I've changed the internals because, as you probably know, I don't shoot stock darts. So first we'll go over my opinion on the shell, comfort-wise, and then we'll talk about some things I don't like and some things that I like up close on the bench. So first of all, the pump is so-so. I'll probably buy the new pump when it comes out, just to try. Like it's okay, but there's nothing special about it. The stock is leaves a lot to be desired, in my opinion. It's extremely floppy, and it doesn't really hold all the time. Like, you can just pull it. It doesn't particularly hold. Grip is very comfortable. It's a nice length, fully collapsed. So I don't really care that the stock isn't that very good, like adjustable, because I leave it fully collapsed. Nice sling point. It's not too thin. The pins are annoying. I'll get into what I think about this detachable business in a little while. But overall, it's okay. For the money, I guess it's alright. If you got it for the pre-order price, good for you, so did I. But I definitely wouldn't pay full price for it. And just to get this out of the way in the very beginning, if you're just here for my opinion, 100% Prophecy over this. Sure, this looks nice, maybe a little bit nicer than the Prophecy. It's a little bit more slim, but quality-wise, the Prophecy is 100% better. And honestly, it's not really that much more expensive. If you're a full-length player and you don't care about the performance gain and the, strength gain of the Prophecy, and you're only going to shoot full lengths, maybe go for this. It might be better for you. But if you're an NIC guy or you like to shoot half-length darts, the Prophecy really isn't that much more. By the time you buy this and get a good kit into it, because the Omni kit for half-lengths, throw it in the garbage. There's no point. Even if you put a big spring in there, it's not going to do it for you. So really, when you think about it, the Prophecy is not much more. I don't know how much these new kits are going to be, but it'll add significant amount on top of this, and you might as well buy a Prophecy at that point. But anyways, grip's comfortable. This is nice. I hate the safety. Trigger was okay, but I changed it to artifact trigger. I don't know if you can see that. Full length, the rail's cool. And that's about it for this. The prime's really easy because it's basically a retaliator. And now we'll take a look on the bench. I'll show you what I did the inside, and I'll show you a few things that I found that are issues, and I'll tell you everything I like and don't like. Sorry about that. I had you guys upside down. Sorry about the stop-start. But anyways, one major issue that I found is, and I don't even know if you can see this, but do you see the bolt? How it's crooked? It's on an angle. It's not even straight. The dart gate and the plunger tube is not aligned. Like, that's insane. And you go, oh, well, Daniel, you have the plunger tube upside down. Just flip the plunger tube and you'll be fine. It'll be aligned. Yes, that's correct. But if you do that, it won't catch, for me anyways. It won't catch anything over like a 7 kg spring with the plunger tube flipped, so then this is aligned. And I just find that really weird. I don't know what's going on. The pin thing, okay, cool. The easy takedown is neat at best. If you, for some reason, change internals and springs on the fly at wars, which is a bit of a stretch in my opinion, you would probably like this feature. Personally, I would never do that. I would never change my spring. I'm going to throw the biggest spring I can in here and a kit that I like, and I'm never going to open it again. I might open it once in a while, like once a year to lube it. Other than that, I will do nothing to it. So personally, I would have rathered a nice rigid clamshell opposed to this. It's a little bit floppy, not gonna lie. Like, it's a pretty good fit. I gotta give it to them. It's an okay fit, but I would have rathered a nice, proper, screwed together nice clamshell. Now, let's take a look at what I have inside. This is, kind of cool, but I'll never use it. I'll never use it for what's intended, the quick swap, be able to change, whatever, because I'm most likely not going to buy their kit unless they come out with a kit that's really nice, and a kit that I like from them, because I was really disappointed in the Alpha kit. Like, it's okay for the money, but it just feels like shit to me. Like, the feeding is subpar. It's sticky. I just don't like it. I'll probably never use the Start Gate, and if I never use the Start Gate, that means I can't use their, like quick swappable breech kits and stuff, right? So for me, I'll never open it again. And yes, I did void the warranty by doing this, but I don't care. Sorry, I had to talk to somebody. So here's the stock catch. I'm not using it. I'll tell you why in a second. Stock bolt sled and pusher thing. And this is cool. Again, if you shoot full lengths, this is probably the kit for you. It's a cool shell. It's fairly cheap. It's nice, and this is a decent, full length kit. But anyways, I probably won't use this. Maybe I'll buy their kit. Maybe I won't. I have a Artifact, a Dart Gate in there, and I've just wire wheeled some of the blue off because I don't particularly like the blue. I have to do some polishing on that. One really ridiculous thing in this is the burr on here is insane. It's razor sharp. Like, there's a huge raised burr on this edge, or at least there was. I took it off. If you have a deburring tool at home, just come along here and quickly 1, 2 each edge on both sides, on both things. If you don't, it's aluminum. Literally a pocket knife would work. A little bit harder to control, but it would work. Some sandpaper, a file, take that burr off. It's just silly. Like, there's no reason for that. That was a kind of a letdown for me. It's like, do you guys not care or what? Now I have a OMW bolt sled with the thing, filed, obviously. Artifact bolt, artifact pusher, artifact trigger. Now, I'll go over what I don't like about this. They had a really big opportunity to change and improve some things about the Retaliator, and I think they dropped the ball, personally, like, especially with Cartea on board, like, I really expected, since Cartea was on board, and, I know they don't give him, I don't know if he works there anymore, but I know they didn't give him as much design freedom as maybe he would have liked, maybe I would have liked, but, the first person I ever saw this from was Cartea, and I really thought he would have done this because he was on board. But they didn't. So this is a stock Retaliator catch in there, and you see what I've done there? See that little... I'll point to it for you, but I'm sure you can see it. See how I've taken off a little bit there? So the top of the catch, instead of being flat, is a little round spot here. That allows more surface area in contact with the catch notch, and you will not catch heavy springs without doing that. If you want to shoot heavy springs in a Retaliator, you must do this. Worker did that with their upgraded catch, and this should have had that. It's just like, come on. I've really messed around with Retaliators to try and get good performance out of them. I gave up, but to try, and that is a definite must when doing that. Another thing I would have really liked to see, and Worker didn't do this as well, the only people that do this is Explorer. Personally, I think Explorer did it too much. They enlarged this back catching face, and what does that do, you might ask? Well, so now that the back catch face is enlarged, it allows more room for a spring, so you don't have to use these tiny limiting springs. I would have rather just slightly longer so you could nest 2 springs together, or just have a thicker coil, nicer spring in there. Not too much, it just needs about, 100 thou diameter increase would have been beautiful. Then you could have a nicer, thicker, heavier gauge spring in there. Worker got around it by putting a power stock in their blaster, but these guys have done nothing. You still have the short limiting retaliator springs, limiting in my opinion, again this is all my opinion, and you can't really do anything else. You can buy, I think, a 12 kg on NF Strike, but that's all you can do. 12 kg is probably good enough, but I would have liked to see more changes than just like stock component remolds. Like the modding community has done this before. It's just a long shot head on a retaliator thing. This isn't as big of a deal as the catch. Like, they say that they're going to release all these heavy springs. Sorry to tell you, they're most likely not going to catch with this catch. Unless they're releasing a catch with it as well, like Worker did. And you know what? Maybe that's probably what they're going to do, because this just won't do it, I don't think. Now, trigger. And the trigger fit fine, by the way. I didn't have to do anything. Another thing I would have loved to see is a power stock option in this. And the reason I don't care that I voided the warranty by using these parts is because I'm going to power stock it. It's kind of just, I think it's just going to be an easy mod to just make this like the Worker Prophecy. I'm going to use the Worker Prophecy spring actually, and just try and power stock it because I want as much power out of this shell as I can, because honestly, I really like the look of the shell. Like, I love the look of the shell. I would have 100% preferred Explorer's original design for the shell. It was way nicer in my opinion, but I'm also happy with this. I like the two-tone. I thought that was really cool. And I think kind of the reason why they did this split thing is more because they wanted a two-tone injection mold, and I think it might be a little bit cheaper to do two smaller molds instead of an enormous block of tool steel. So that might be a reason. I really like the two different, shot. They shot this in white and they shot that in red. And you could, paint them if you want. I was maybe going to paint all the white black, but I'm not sure. Plunger tube, I'm very happy with. I think that's a nice design. They did some great changes. It snaps into the shell properly. It's comparable to the Worker one. They're both of nice quality. It's good quality plastic. It's thick. I like the padding, good job on this, good job on the aesthetics. I just wish that the fit up wasn't so sloppy. I wish the stock wasn't so sloppy, and I wish that it had better performance, like, power stock, better catch, enlarge this, whatever. If you want to see this, the bolt sled's actually okay. I might use it in the future. I really do like this change. I gotta give them credit for that. The screw in there, opposed to just the pin, that's great. So that's probably the reason I'd ever use this, opposed to a sled like this. Even though this actually does have a screw, I did that myself. And the dart gate's nice too. It's of decent quality. To release, you just pull on this and give some pressure, and I'm just pressing it against my hip, and it's kind of a cool design. Like, it is leaps and bounds better than Orange Modworks design for a full-length breach. It's like, I don't know why they went with such an overly complicated thing that doesn't work. Orange Modworks Retaliator breach. This is pretty cool. I think it's a little bit weak, because they had to cut out so much. But, time will tell. People will, tell if it's bad or not. I personally don't care because I'll never shoot full lengths. I'm not into it. But it is cool. Gotta hand it to them. Kind of cool. And it is kind of cool that you can swap out stuff on the fly. I see the appeal. I just personally don't care. It's not for me. I'm going to leave a kit that I like in it forever. I didn't buy the the Alpha long shot kit just because I was so disappointed with the Omega kit. Or am I doing this backwards? Yeah, I didn't buy the Omega kit because I was disappointed with the Alpha kit. And it's not just that I don't like the Alpha kit. I don't really like O-ring seals per se. The Worker one I don't mind, in the Prophecy, and Artifacts I don't mind, but they're just not my favorite, and I did not like the Alpha kit. It jammed so much for me, so I was just like, I'm not blowing all this money on the Omega kit now, especially when it's basically a hunter kit. Like, let's be real, guys, it's a hunter kit. But if I see something, you know, I like some innovation going on, I will replace this artifact kit, which I've honestly never truly been happy with. I'll replace this artifact kit with their alpha or omega version of the Ceda kit. Now, I think that's all, guys. I know this actually got kind of long. I didn't mean it to be a long video. But that's my opinion on this blaster. I will be doing my opinion on the Prophecy, as I just got one of those in the mail as well. Kind of funny story about this. I bought this first thinking I didn't want a Prophecy because I like the look of this better. I took this to a war. Someone with a Prophecy was there. We played a couple rounds. We traded for a round. Fell in love with the Prophecy. Like, I don't know what it is about that blaster. I love it. So I went home, and that night I bought a Prophecy. 3-day shipping. I paid the extra 3-day shipping, and it came in the mail, and I'm in love. So I'll do a video on the Prophecy as well if you guys just want to hear me blab about that as well. But like always, I hope you're doing well. Thanks for stopping by, and like I said, I'll try and make some more videos, and I hope to talk to you again soon. Take care.